Okay, I think we have one interesting thing to demonstrate today, but first of all, I would like to ask if you guys would like to show something. Maybe discuss your pull requests, your contributions.
Yeah, can I start?
Yes, sure.
Okay, yeah, I will not maybe share something with you on my screen, but I want to report about two things. The first one, Sergey, thank you for help with the file save action for the stop module. I think it was a problem in my permission on the local machine, and yeah, the HTTP interface, I mean driver, can be used for the stub module. And it's better than my solution because my solution just make one more plugin and just not emulate the same protocol. I mean, just the same model of protocol. Yeah, so yeah, I think we can merge it, and then the only one thing I'm worried about is just this error which we have only on Magento test environment. So locally, yeah, it works, but on Magento side, I see that some tests failed because of a safe action.
Exactly. That's why we cannot merge it.
Oh yeah. When this start module will be delivered, I will have just a personal party. Really.
Personal, will you invite us to your party?
Yeah, of course I will invite you, but
stop party.
yeah, I think it should be happen something like this, maybe in Dublin or in Kiev, I don't know, but yeah, this
In
this is
Amsterdam.
very happening. Yeah, in Amsterdam, okay, just in the middle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This issue is really weird. I cannot reproduce it locally. I hoped that you, as you can see this issue, you will be able to reproduce it and share the exception. But right now you cannot reproduce it as well. Only build can reproduce it right now.
Yeah,
And
may I just suggest something? If it's really hard to debug this issue on the Magento environment due to some technical reasons, I can do next. Maybe I can create a plugin on this safe action with some debug message and just make an update for the pull request and show this error on a screenshot in
yeah,
Aurora.
that's the way to go. That I was thinking about, like providing more information as well. Yeah, that's a good idea, Alex. It would
Okay,
be
so
great if you can do this.
yeah, I will do this, and yeah, let's continue with this really varied exception. So yeah, here we have a plan, and I want to talk about the next pull request related to the error message on Adobe sign-in pop-up. I read your comment, and yeah, I think that there is only one solution we discussed in previous week. So if if I get an error related to the just authentication window closed, we do not show anything because it's really hard to catch what's going on this pop-up. Because this error reproduced by Anton, and sometimes I get it when you see notification this operation failed and the strange number of the report name. It doesn't send anything, so only just the error on the domain level what I get. So, and this information is particularly clear. So if user will see it, it will understand that something happened, but not with the keys. But when the Adobe authentication server works and you send incorrect credentials, this service shows that you have incorrect credentials. Yeah, so I think we should just simply ignore this error do not show it in console, and do not show anything on the Adobe integration site in Magento. So are you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so then I will update those pull requests with the discussed solution tomorrow. Yeah, because today, unfortunately, I will not be able to do this. And yeah, let's continue maybe like this.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. That's all from my side.
Good, good. Thanks, Alex. Shankar, would you like to share something? Do you have any questions, anything to discuss?
No, not right now.
Okay. Good. So today I replied to your comment in the pull request for generating animations.
I saw just, yeah. I'm pretty busy with my Magento Meet talk, so I haven't updated any pull requests for the past week. I think I have a couple of pull requests which are remaining. So I try to finish that at the end of the week. Yeah, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if anything needs to be discussed. I may miss the comments up in the thread, like if it's not at the end of the PR, because usually when I am reviewing PR, I go PR by
Yeah,
PR, scroll to the bottom and look at the bottom. So if you're leaving it somewhere on the top, you can pin me in
yeah,
Slack as well, so I will not miss
yeah, sure.
it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I will make sure of that. Thanks.
Good. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Shankar. Should we go to demonstration then?
Yes.
Gabriel, would you like to show us the new addition
Yeah,
to the UI components?
yeah, sure. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Cool. So on this milestone, we're gonna have to introduce a new feature to allow Media Gallery to have a link to other grids on the admin. And I'm going to explain how it's going to work. So essentially, we have the media gallery here. We can view the details of an image. And then we have the information of where that image is being used in. So for this milestone that we are working on at the moment, we're going to add a link here that will allow the user to see which category is this one or which product is this one. So when we were looking into the solution for this would be to have filters on get parameters on the URL string and render the product grid in that case, and those filters to be applied automatically. Unfortunately, the way that Magento was put together, that functionality wasn't implemented by default. So we needed to create that functionality in order to achieve our goal on this milestone. So I've created this PR to Magento to repository, which adds a new component. When we were talking about how to do this, we wanted it to be a simple JavaScript that could be added to any grid on Magento. So we created this JavaScript here component, which is called URL filter applier. It's quite simple actually. It has a listing namespace in order to function with multiple grids on a page. The filter key is essentially the key that's passed through as a parameter on a get URL. Search string is the search parameters on the URL, and it uses the filter component to that. So as I said, it's quite simple. It just applies, it just runs the apply method initialization. It looks for the filter parameter. So there's a function here that looks through the search string and finds and builds up an array because you can have multiple filters on the URL. I'm going to show that. And once that is fetched from the URL, we are just applying that on the filter component. So we are basically dismissing all the filters that are applied on that grid and replacing by our one and setting the method apply. So just a quick demo on how that works. It would be you put filters here, and then as a key, you put the name of the filter that you want. I have it here actually. So filter, let me just type it again, filter name product 2, for example. So when this grid, I may actually have lost my session on this because it's open for a while. Let's just see. But essentially, yeah, it's fine. So what happens is on initialization, when the filter components are loaded, it takes it fetches the URL and applies the filter there. So, and as I said, also works with multiple filters. So it's filtered by status enable in product 2, and you can just play around with that essentially. So we're gonna use these on Adobe Stock. So now it's filtering by product 1 and so on. We're gonna use this on Adobe Stock to filter by asset. So we will introduce a new filter here, which will be asset. And then the link here will filter this grid automatically by asset. Yeah, the implementation is available in this PR. It is also covered with some tests. And in order to add to your grid, it's quite simple. You just need to add this script to your grid, to the page where your grid is loaded. You just need to define what is the namespace of your component. So here is actually adding to the CMS. Currently it's being added to CMS page, CMS block, and product grids, and that's it for the core. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's quite simple, but it adds a nice functionality that will allow even other grids to use this component. That's it.
Cool. That's really cool. I I haven't seen that in action actually before in such nice demonstration.
Yeah,
and I think that's
yeah, just great. Sorry to interrupt you. Again, my connection, but yeah, it was like a just thriller movie. Really nice, really interesting.
Yeah, it's a quite simple implementation, but actually it's a nice feature to have.
Yeah, but this is the main thing in Magento. I love the most stable and most maybe just like most stable and good. It's simple. Really, that KISS principle is the just base thing for everything in development, from my point of view. Yeah, really great work.
Thank you.
nice. So I guess that's it for our agenda for today. Anything else to discuss at the end?
One question. So when we will have a release, approximately?
I think at the end of the summer, approximately.
Okay, nice. That's great. That's really great.
Yes. So the functionality should be available soon, but not too much time left. So we have.
Yeah, but about the release. So will we have a code freeze before the
Yes.
release? Okay, so if in end of the summer, so we have approximately 1 month, or maybe a little bit more. I'm asking just because I want to really force something this stop module and then return to the integration tests because I really missed them. Well, it would be really nice for me to join writing them. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
I hope we will be able to resolve this issue with STAP soon, and yeah, you'll have time to work on integration this. I believe so.
Yeah, thank you. But just maybe for the next release also I will work on them. And yeah, I think there are no more questions. So hope that everything will be fine and we'll release soon.
Okay, guys. Thanks everyone. Very nice demonstration, Gabriel, by the way. I hope that we'll have more such kind of PR demonstrations by everybody here on the following meetings. We'll be happy to see your work as well, because I believe that we have lots of really cool contributions as part of Adobe Stock Integration, considering that we are working not only on Adobe Stock Integration, but Media Gallery and core UI components and stops, such functionality that is quite unique, I would say. So
Agreed.
it will be nice to see them. Good. Thank you, everyone. You can find me in Slack in case you have any questions or anything during the week, and see you the next week on next Tuesday on the next public meeting. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good evening. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Great presentation.
Thank you.